Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the game today with Claret and Malcolm. He is Claret, the guy in goggles. You see him? The guy looking dope there, right there. And I am Malcolm, and we bring you another episode of NBA as usual. Your favorite sport, the best sport, the second best sport in the world, if I may say, after NFL. But how are you guys doing? We hope you're right. And before we begin, we wish you we don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment, to follow and anything that you know about that's social media done to advertise. Don't forget to do that. But thank you for supporting us all the way we've come from. I think it's almost been like what, more than 8 months since we began this.
Yeah.
So it's we began the tempo, and we are continuing the tempo because it's what we love, the game. So Claret, how are you doing?
Hey man, I'm grateful. It's holiday seasons, and then happy Thanksgiving to the people. We didn't wish that to them. Soon Christmas. I'm doing well. A little cold, but pretty good.
Yes. So yeah, a lot of NBA has happened since we last met. But the most crucial NBA games that happened were the NBA Cup games, and we had the quarterfinals where the Bucks played the Orlando Magic, the Knicks played the Hawks, the Warriors played the Houston Rockets, and the Thunder played the Mavs. And we came out with tonight. We have new winners. People who are going to the semifinals, who are going to Las Vegas to get $100,000 before the $500,000 of the winner. But yeah, it was all about who's gonna go to Vegas tonight and yesterday night. So, Claret, let's start with the Bucks game. What did you see from Milwaukee? Especially, they were really impressing, especially in the final 2 minutes. And Milwaukee has looked good. For I mean, they began the season like 3-9, but since then they have gone like 11-3. I was seeing some graphic yesterday, so they have seemed impressing. So, what do you think of that game?
Look, man, in life and everything you do, yeah, many people will look at you and criticize you on a daily basis, yeah. But at the end of the day, what matters is where you end up. How you started sometimes doesn't matter. And
Mm,
the
so how you
Bucks,
finished?
the Bucks, man, we criticized them for weeks and months because of how they were doing
I mean,
until Dame Dollar was reborn. There was a rebirth of Dame Dollar and Dame Time, right? And the
mm,
first thing I can tell you right now is that Dame Dollar is well and alive in Milwaukee. And I think he was the highlight of the game, right? You can talk about their defense improving a little bit, and you can talk about the coaching staff going deep into their young guys and playing Edge Griff. I know that's not his name. The guy they call, I think I saw they call him a whole different name, but just tweaking the lineups a little bit depending on the people who are playing well, and benching the people who are not playing well. Not just about you're a starter, so you're going to stay a starter. You play bad, you go to the bench, right? What I saw in that game specifically was a Bucks team that is on a mission, a Bucks team that has rejuvenated. Their offense looks better than ever. They now know how to operate in their own ways without doing what everybody was expecting, 1-2 punch with Dame and Yanis, but rather just going deep into their bag and saying, okay, if it's Brook Lopez, how do we use him and maximize Yanis on the glass and all that? I saw them crash the glass. I saw them shoot the ball extremely well, and I saw them play a lot better defense. That was the part.
yeah, I was impressed with the Bucks as well. I think they're getting, on top of what you said. I don't want to repeat what you said, but they're getting a lot of bench production from Portis. This is really helping them. And also, you talked about Damian Lillard being, reborn, and you know, reintroduced himself in the back squad. And since they began 3-9, legitimately they were being criticized because they were poor. I mean, there were even rumors that Giannis wants to trade the team or leave the city, but he was never gonna leave Milwaukee. It's his team. It's where his family is. It's not that easy to make a decision just to leave just because of a 3-9 start. But it looks like they figured it out. I mean, Giannis has been balling like since then. From like the 11 of the last 14 games, they have one of them. They have won. And I mean, yeah, if it wasn't for Jokic, Giannis would be like the front runner for MVP. I mean, Jokic is crazy. We talked about how Jokic is. I mean, there was a game Jokic lost when he dropped 58 points, his career high. I felt so bad for him. And then there was a recent game he also dropped like 50 something points. Like Jokic is crazy, and the problem is that Jokic can drop a triple double of 58 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists. Like, if you think about it, that's crazy.
It's crazy because like now we are at a point where we expect him to just be great, you
Yeah,
know, and he
Jokic
does
is
things you just
crazy.
like, okay, another rebound. Oh, okay, another pass. Oh,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. But so I'm saying, so that's why Jokic is gonna win MVP this year. Like, it's. I mean, there was a time it was AD was a front runner, but I think after that AD game when he didn't play well against Jokic and Jokic played well. Now, since then Jokic has been playing well and Giannis has been playing well. So now Giannis has been the second since then. And there's also time when Jason Tatum was among in and around, but now it's been predominantly Jokic and Giannis. So Giannis has really improved on his game. But yesterday what I saw was all about Dame. Obviously, I knew Dame was going to take the more of the ball, but he played well. He was confident. He stepped
yeah,
back when he needed. He took the shots he needed. And at the end of the day, I mean, the Magic didn't have their best player in Paolo Banquero, in Franz Wagner. Jalen Suggs played well that game. He carried the team, but when it came to the defining moments of the game, the final 2 minutes of the game, he wasn't quite making the shots, which we will get into because of the Warriors. Very interesting topic we'll get into later. But look out for that as well in a couple of minutes. But yeah, I feel like but Jalen Sachs played well. I mean, he's on my fantasy team, so I could see the points he produced for me. But when it
would you
came
be
down to
playing? Would you be playing fantasy league too?
yeah,
Dang,
yes,
all right,
sir.
I see you. I
So,
see you.
so yeah, I saw the points again. But when it came to the defining moments, I think he missed like the game supposed game tying shot. He had a clean look when they were down 3 points, but that game was already lost by then. I mean, they didn't have their best players, but I mean, the Bucks played well. They looked like they wanted it. I mean, you could hear from the press conference of Giannis that this time they're back in they're back where they left it or where they left off because last time remember they were eliminated in the quarterfinals. They didn't go to Vegas. Oh, did they go to Vegas? I think they did versus the
They did.
Pacers. Yeah, versus the Pacers. So they were
Yeah.
like, we have some unfinished business in Vegas. So now they were going to aim to win one more game to be in the championship final for the NBA Cup. So which is very possible with how I'm looking at the Bucks. But yeah, they played well. Give them credit. And yes, they beat the Orlando Magic. Not very. It wasn't very. Um, it was comfortable. It was a comfortable win. That's not what I'm looking for. It wasn't very uncomfortable or an unserious win. It was sort of like, yeah, the Bucks have been playing well and they deserve to win. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a referee bad call. They deserve to win. At the end of the day, Damian Lillard was fouled, made these clutch free throws.
Yeah.
Because we take it for advantage that when you're fouled in the final 5 seconds, you take your free throws. But we've seen people like Lakers who, against the Orlando Magic, who missed like the free throws and lost us the game. So give them credit. He had like the last 9 points in the fourth quarter to end the Bucks to help the Bucks overcome the Orlando. But Orlando are a good team. They just don't have their star players. But even if they're the star players, they played well. Everyone. I think Torian Prince. Whenever Torian Prince is playing well as well. He was in Lakers, guys. He was in Lakers, but he wasn't that good. It just feels like whenever
Because he was
someone
put in a
comes to
different
Lakers,
positionment to play, you know. Lakers
basketball is
is just different.
positionless. You're the one who keeps saying basketball is positionless now, but it feels like whenever it comes to
I don't
Lakers,
mean
they,
like
they don't know.
position where he plays. I mean like just in a system, let's say in a system that doesn't allow him to
Yeah,
be.
that's what I'm saying. That it feels like every role player who comes to Lakers doesn't forgets how to play, and then when they leave Lakers, they know how to play. From back in time, from we've sold all these guys of KCP, we've sold all these guys, Caruso. It just feels like apart from that championship year, like when we sold those guys, it feels like they're just playing well to prove a point. That why did you trade me from Lakers? It just I don't know, but yeah, but give the Bucks credit. Giannis is playing well. He's on the court very essentially. Very important to you for Giannis. I mean, I saw Middleton is also back. So now you have Giannis, you have Middleton, you have
That's gonna be
Dame, and you
scary.
have Bobby Portis coming off the bench. You have some players. You have some players. Yeah, I don't know if Grayson Allen. I think he's in Knicks
He's been
Suns.
traded. He's in Phoenix
He
now.
was, yes, he's in Phoenix. But I forgot the other bench players they have. But they still have
They've
Pat
got
Connaughton.
Pat Connaughton.
Yeah, Pat Connaughton. They've got Brook Lopez as well. They're right in the center. So they have good pieces. I mean, if they can keep Problem is that Middleton is going to get injured one time sooner or later.
I
But if
think I
Giannis,
think I think they're going to be playing him limited minutes mostly, but also trying to like avoid back-to-back games and stuff.
like the
Just to
Embiid stuff,
preserve him for the postseason because he is deadly in the postseason.
yeah, the postseason, so yeah, if they can stay healthy, I mean, clearly they can be through it. But hey, the Bucks look good. Which brings us to our next topic. Let's stick with the East before going to the West. Actually, no, let's stick with yesterday. Let's stick with yesterday because it was yesterday. Because today's like fresh memories, which we remember. So yesterday we had another game from the Western Conference on TNT. The the Dallas Mavericks played against the OKC. Boy, that was a good game. That was a good game because um OKC look like they're here. They're here. I mean, they're a team. They didn't have Chet, as you know, Chet is injured indefinitely. But Shea is carrying this team so well. I think he dropped 39 points. Shea is carrying this team. Shea is good. The play basically how it happened. I mean, the beginning quarters, the ones that the first minutes of the game, they left Ludo to take the three. They were okay with that. It's a tactic as well. You can live with that when you start seeing play. I mean, you remember last year, the end of last year when Draymond Green was scoring threes like at the end of the season, and everyone was like, "Nah, you can shoot, you can shoot, you can shoot." All of a sudden, Draymond was having like 5 threes a game, and I was like, "Oh, okay, okay, you need to guard him." So that was the same thing that happened to Ludot as well the first couple of minutes before they changed it. I mean, Ludot is playing good defensively. Jalen J Dab and then Jalen Williams. There are two people called Jalen Williams in the same team.
Sometimes I just become like, hey man, what I don't know. It's just confusing.
Yeah. So
One
they
of
call
them
one
needs
J
to
Dab.
change the names.
They call one J Dab. Yeah. So, but these guys are a team. They are fluid. Shea, Shea, Shea is good during the game. Shea is good during the game. But OKC played well as well. They're a young team. They're here to stay. And hey, I mean, from what I saw, they look good. They look like title favorites, man. They look like they can actually go and
Look,
win it all,
man,
man.
look,
NBA
Shea,
Cup, not playoffs. NBA Cup, NBA Cup. But what do you think of that game, Carrot? Before we dive more into it.
look, man, Shea has beaten us like I don't know how many
Yeah,
times.
bro.
I don't even
The
know,
game.
bro. So I'm well familiar with him, but I think he's more like a joker. Although he does it in a different style, he's going to just be scoring here, there, and then the moment you look up, you're like, oh, he got 30 points, right? They
Yeah,
are
he keeps on
quiet,
scoring.
decisive, right? But I think the highlight for this young team is their confidence.
Yeah.
I don't think there is anybody on that team, the Thunder team, that you swing the ball to, he's open and he doesn't shoot it. Some teams you will swing the ball, including the Warriors, and somebody will just hold the ball to pass it. But that team, as long as it just a split second, everybody's shooting that ball, right? So the confidence was the highest, notice for me, but also the defense, and of course, Lou Dort plays defense, right? But then you add the
I mean, and these
Caruso.
guys are like one of the top five ranked defenses in the league.
I think they are number one right
I think
now.
they're top two, if I'm not mistaken, because the guy said this in the commentary. Yeah, they are really good, man. I like also I like their athleticism. Their role players, deflecting shots, contesting shots, smothering shots, diving for balls. You will never, bro. I love role players who are athletic, because these are the game. These are the non box score statistics are the ones that define the game. More than the actual fancy stats of rebounds. Chasing after people, double teaming, screening, switching, everything. Those ones, I like the way they play their defense. I mean, yeah, their offense sometimes, and it's always a game of runs. That's the good thing about the OKC game. You're going to enjoy their game. You're going to enjoy how they play. It wasn't like today. Today's Warriors Rockets game was a snooze fest for the first 3 quarters. It was so boring. But whenever you have a Mavs game versus OKC, it's always going to be a game of runs. You always have
Incredible.
Luka, you always have Kyrie, Clay Thompson as well in and about. Yeah, with those lobs, we know how Mavs played. We analyzed a lot of Mavs, especially during the playoffs a couple months ago. But yeah, I thought these guys they played well. At the end of the day, because I went to the press conferences to hear like the mood in the team, because it's direct from what they say, not from what media says. It's very good to watch what the actual players say. You know what they talk in the locker room. You know their mentality more than what actual media people say on the videos on TikTok, Instagram. So yeah, Shea is leading the team. You know, he's that guy to make the shots. But even if he kicks it out, you know, he trusts his teammates. They trust each other. They're a team. I mean, Isaiah Hutchinson has come in. He has put in together. He has cloned into the vortex with his weird
And
shot.
the other thing, it's like most of the teams, most of the young teams, when it gets to the fourth quarter, they tend to get stuck, right? They can't get shots off. They don't know how.
Yeah, they
But
can. Yeah,
but the Thunder just have the way, right? Give the ball to Shade, he's gonna make the right play. So as a young player, and he's able to do that, and the rest of the guys are just ready to make the shots. It's one of the things that made them win the last
yeah,
game, right?
yeah,
But also, if you think about that Thunder team, right? Even the role players, the bench players, they can play on a different team as starters.
yeah.
They're just so good.
They're good. They're good. These guys are good. I mean, these guys they're different favorites. Bro, remember when Thunder played the Warriors a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah,
The fourth quarter was so awful for both teams. I still don't understand what happened. Both
because
teams
J
were
Dub,
missing
I
shots for
mean,
fun.
you didn't
Shea
have
was
J
like
Dub
one for
on the
like
team, right?
what?
J Dub got fouled and he went off the game in the third quarter, right? So now you have Shea carrying the offense on his own, which kind of, because like if J Dub is on the team and they make a screen for him, even if you trap, J Dub can go and call his number, right? Instead of just letting Shea do every time. So Shea's gotta go play defense, he's gotta go do offense. So it's tough, right? They wear him down. But if J Dub was on the team, just like you saw the Mavs game, it's easier because if Shea doesn't have it, if they double, they will shuffle, and even if they rotate, J Dub can always go and work, right? So I think that was the main reason why, but also their defense, both teams. It felt like they were just playing defense instead of the offense because they were just missing everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That game was really weird. It was really weird. I mean, Shea was also very poor in taking the three, and he kept on taking threes. But he got the big one that mattered.
You
That more
know,
anyone.
that's
The
the
clock was
confidence I
like
was speaking about. Like,
that.
take whatever that is
Yeah,
open.
yeah. I mean, the shot clock was like down to 3, 2, 1, and then he shot it, and it was and he got the three and counted. But that game was weird. But I mean, you talked about JW, he wasn't there. But yeah, you can argue that for every team. Every team has that one missing piece when they lose. But that game was really weird. But when I watched yesterday's game against the Mavs, yeah, there was no point. I felt like yeah, these guys are not. They are sneaking in. I mean, we all knew. Okay,
And they're doing this without Chet, right?
yeah, they're
Imagine if
doing
Chet
it.
inserts in the lineup. Now you're like, oh my god, it's over.
Yeah. I mean, that just has that weird shot, bro. That and he's also big, so it's helping them. I think they
Yeah,
have another backup. I forgot his name, but
I think
but
I
but
saw
but
Javel McGee.
Maggie's in OKC. I
Yeah,
mean, I saw Caruso also came up with big plays. I saw he came up with some steals
let
in
me tell you
crunch time.
something, Malcolm. You know the people forget that Caruso is actually 6'5", 6'6", right? He's not
But that's
just
tall, man. That's
he's
tall
not a
though.
small defender. He is big. He is
But he
tall.
looks small though.
I know.
He looks
So like sometimes you
6'5" is
see him
tall.
guarding bigger players and you're like, wait a minute, it's cool. But he's actually big. He's got length to him, and just the ability to, go around the players and just play deflections and passing lanes and all that.
Yeah.
Caruso is such a big addition to that team, and showing they're
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah, they're winning. I mean, they're winning without Chet. They're winning with Chet, and now they're winning without Chet.
Without it. Imagine
So
if Chet
yeah,
comes back, it's gonna be deadly.
it's a good system. It's a good system, and if they can all be healthy, I mean, these guys are. We know that. I mean, because no team from last year really who went late into the end of the went late in deep into the playoffs has really picked up yet. The Mavs haven't really picked up from Mavs of last year playoffs. Wolves haven't really,
You, you know,
Wolves have been playing better recently,
yeah.
but they really didn't start well. I mean, you saw how Anthony Edwards was calling out his teammates, to be more mature. But Mavs haven't really come out well. The Celtics are in a very easy conference, but they have only 3 losses, but they haven't really. played as stunning as we expected them to be. I mean, obviously, at Celtics now is the expectation is to win every game now because they
Yeah.
were very good last year. So now, even if everyone expects them to go 82 in all now, but it's not possible. But the Mavs haven't been as well. That I mean,
Just something like I'm not worried about the Mavs because they're more of a playoff team than a regular season
yeah, the
team.
regular season
So
team,
like
yeah,
as long as they stay within the race of
in and around,
number
yeah,
6, number 5, right there, they're good, right? I
yeah,
think I
but
think
yeah,
the T Wolves is just the addition of Rando and
it's kind of
DiVincenzo. How
disorganized
you
them for
work
a little
around
while.
that?
But it looks like they figured it out. They started by
Hmm.
beating Lakers, so I remember. But man, bro, Lakers has been disappointing me lately, which we're not going to talk about it lately. But yeah, the two. But I feels like the OKC has been the only team that played well in the playoffs that hasn't lost their like their team and their energy since like the past years. They're still young, athletic, so give them credit. They know what they're doing. They have a good coach, a great player in SG. I think he's like a third favorite to win MVP now. He's now in his way. I think now it's Jokic, Giannis, Ishai, Tatum, and who maybe AD. I think AD has dropped
Probably.
now. I think AD has dropped, and we had early in the season we had Kevin Durant as well, who was in and around, but he got injured. Obviously, he got hurt. But yeah, I think Shai is now playing well. Shai is, yeah, people are good. But anyways, give the Thunder credit. The Thunder beat the Mavs expectedly as I expected so, and they advanced to Las Vegas, the NBA Cup semifinals, and they will play the winner of the Western Conference, who play tonight between the Warriors and the Rockets, and it was the Rockets. But let's first dive into the Eastern Conference matchup that happened earlier in the day at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, the New York Knicks played against the Atlanta Hawks. Boy, Atlanta Hawks has been impressive lately. Clary, take
People,
us through.
people always sleep on Trey Young. I stray, man. Like
Ice Tray,
people just
Ice
sleep on
Cold.
him all the time. It's like, but they forget that he's been in the conference finals for like I don't know how many past years, right? With all the team he's been with, and of course he has not got over the hump to go to the finals. But people forget that
Yeah,
Ice Tray is actually ice, right? And now he's cut down his style of play. Instead of
yeah.
scoring more,
It's
he's
kind-
more facilitating.
yeah, he's facilitating. I mean, he's giving everyone the ball. Like the time he had
You
like
know,
game of 20 assists, like 20 at his
and
height.
that's I think
And
how he
he's
beat the
facilitating
Knicks
now.
because you expect him to score. If you don't actually pay attention to it, he's gonna score because he's a
Yeah,
scorer, right? But like just having the young guys in Jalen, oh their names now. The league is just getting confusing at this point. His name is Jalen. I will stop there, but he plays on the Hawks and he is big. He's really big and he can shoot the ball a little bit. And now you have a defender who can lock up the best player of the other team who came from the Pelicans. His name is Daniels. And just having a perimeter defender and also having another person who can help Trey score on the offense just helps you to get over the thing. And let me
yeah,
tell you, when they played the Knicks, right? The Knicks were playing well, actually. It's not like it was a blowout or Trey was just all the Hawks were dominating. No, they were going back and forth. But I think what was the difference is that the Hawks come the last minutes, they know what to do, right? The Knicks sometimes it's Brunson, the other time it's Card, right? So it's like inconsistent versus the Hawks. I mean, instead of the Hawks who know, okay, you put the ball in Trey's hands, go
mm,
set a screen. If they don't do the rotations that they're supposed to, it's either a robe to one of their bigs, you know how they play their robes and dunk everything, or there is an open corner, right? So I think just having Trey as the primary ball handler, but also knowing that at the end of quarters and at the end of clutch time, you know where to go and what the system is, kind of help them go over the Knicks.
yeah. I mean, I expected the Knicks to win. We all did. They were at
Me too.
home. But with how Hawks have been playing, we can't be surprised. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've only watched only 3 games of the Hawks the whole season. The one of today, the Lakers game and the Celtics game. I saw them beat the Celtics in the NBA Cup earlier on at TD Garden, so it's no surprise what they're doing even on the road. Obviously Trae Young hit the game win against the Lakers in overtime. But they've been playing well. I've seen a couple of highlights on ESPN. It looks like they played well. I just feel like they're going on an adventure and they're having fun, but they need that one player who's going to relieve the pressure of Trae Young, because if he gets injured, like they don't really do well. But they have not had Trae Young for the past couple, like before last week. They haven't had Trae Young and they are winning. They're
But
winning a
that's
lot
what I
of games.
told you. They do have somebody. He's just
They
young.
do. Yeah, I've seen that guy. Is he like whitish?
Yeah, he's light skinned.
He's
Light
light
skinned.
skin. Yeah, I've seen that guy. We'll check.
Big
We'll check
flame
it up.
like
We'll
Ben
check him.
Kelo type, you know.
Yeah, but you see, if he plays more like how he's playing, we will know him because everyone will now get to know him. But yeah,
No,
they've
he
been
just
playing
got
well.
an extension of $200 million, bro. Come on.
Who's this guy? Let's actually find out.
I will show you.
Hawks. Okay, let's see.
Jalen
Yeah,
Johnson.
Jalen Johnson, 21
Yes.
points today. Jalen
Averaging
Johnson.
19 points per game, 10 rebounds, 5 assists on 50
Is
percentage field goal wise. It's impressive.
yeah. Jalen Brunson scored only 14 points. Yeah, you're
That's
not
what I
going to
told you.
beat that.
Now I want you to look up somebody, yeah? I want you to look up Daniels on that same team.
Daniels.
Yes.
Dyson Daniels.
Yes, Dyson Daniels. And you look at his plus minus versus Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I've
He is a
seen.
low
Yeah,
cup defender, bro. I don't even know where he came from, man. He can play D like hell.
Dyson Daniels, the guard. Yeah, the Australian guy.
Yes,
Yeah,
those yeah. Now you know him.
he's the
And
guy.
then they have DeAndre Hunter. He's also a good player, more like a
Hunter is
third
the big man, right?
who
Hunter is the one who's been there for like a long time. Hunter.
no, that's Capella.
Oh yeah, that's Capella. Yeah, that's
Yes.
Capella. That's
Hunter is
Capella.
more of a wing, but he can shoot the ball. He can bully. He can finish at the rim. He's really good for them. He can play defense. So you combine Hunter, you combine Tyson Daniels, and you combine this guy Jalen Johnson, and then plus
Mm.
Capella. The only other person who can play defense is Trey. But if you have that defensive team already there, now your defense goes up a notch. And even if like they pick up on Trey, you can always switch up or bleed a little bit just to relieve off of the defenders that I mean the players who want to take Trey as a defender to take the advantage. But you know,
Yeah, definitely. The Hawks have been playing well, and yeah, they beat the Knicks today. I guess everyone who deserves to win deserves to win. Maybe the Knicks didn't. I mean, who Jalen Brunson to win feels like he has to drop at least 30 points. But the Knicks have been playing well as well lately. I mean, they've looked fluid. Cat has been playing well as well. Cat came out and said he was a boy, but now he's a man. Um, I just think that today Hawks deserve their win. They played much better. They had a better game plan.
yeah,
They
yeah.
the Knicks, they were in control of the game. As much as it was end to end, it was more of like there was a lead that wasn't like
No, they did. That's what I said. Like Trey was iced, you know,
yeah,
because
they control the last minutes of the game.
yeah,
Ball control, ball retention, which Warriors doesn't know how to do, which we shall get into in the last minutes of the game. But they definitely did this well. Didn't allow the Knicks to get back into the game. Didn't allow the Knicks to get momentum, especially at MSG in the last 2 minutes of the game. And that's how the game is defined. That's why the game is won or lost. Yeah, you can argue it's won or lost in the first 3 quarters, but it's also won or lost in the last quarter as well. So whatever we want to look at it or argue depends on you. But yeah, the Hawks have been playing well lately, and yeah, who expected the Hawks to be? You told me your predictions. If you told me your predictions to be in Vegas for the semifinals, I wouldn't have predicted the Hawks. But after beating the Celtics and for the last 3 weeks they've been playing well, you could definitely see them going to Vegas and definitely not write them off, especially how they've been playing in the NBA Cup. It looks like they want it. Everyone now wants it. It looks like it means a lot to the NBA players now. And it's like a knockout round. It's not like, which is very good because it's not like a series.
yeah. You
Because in a
lose
series
once.
the better team will always win. The better team will always win the series, which is annoying. But yeah, yet in knockout round, one of game, It's the team that plays the better that wins, not the better, not the best team out of the two, but the team that plays the better that night. So the Hawks have definitely played well. They deserve it. And they are going to Vegas to verse the winner of yesterday's matchup between the Bucks and Orlando, and it was the Bucks. So the Knicks will play the Bucks. I think the Bucks at number one seed. So the Bucks will be given like the home advantage, even though they will not be at home. But so it doesn't matter anyways. But they'll play the Bucks next week. And yes, the Hawks definitely give them credit. They beat
Yeah.
the Knicks today, and they are on to Vegas, and they are also looking to do something that has not been done, and yet the Bucks also want to, finish some business that they didn't do last time. Because the last time that the favorites against Pacers, Pacers stand them. This time, Nick Hawks is also like that team that's like the Pacers of in-season tournament last year. So can Knicks do the same thing that Pacers did to Bucks? We will wait and see. It's definitely going to be a fun game to watch on national TV. Giannis will do his thing, Trey will do his thing, and even if Trey will be there, Giannis will be there. So it will be a great game to watch. It will definitely come down to the wire, and it will be a fun game. So guys, don't forget to tune in, and we will update you when the final days are. I think the schedule is out, but we'll go into that later for the previews of the semifinals. But there's one semifinal we haven't talked about. Claridge, what is happening to you, Golden State Warriors? What is happening? What is happening? Where's in shambles, bro? Where's in shambles, bro? There's a lot to start.
Malcolm,
There's a lot of
Malcolm,
points that I don't even know where to start.
listen,
For starters, why do always bottle leads whenever they're going into 2 minutes of the final game?
listen, man, listen. I don't
Secondly,
know what they
secondly,
gotta
why you
do.
hold up? Why do you always struggle against the Golden Rockets? I know Rockets hasn't beat Warriors since 2020, but you always struggle. Recently, you were up 31 points and you went to overtime. Was it overtime? Yeah, you went to overtime from 31 points up.
Yeah.
31 recently against the Rockets. Why? I mean, the number of times this season Warriors have had like 14 points going into the final 2 minutes of the game. Okay, not 14. 14 is like third quarter. But they've had like 8 points going into the last 2 minutes. 8, 6, 7. For some reason, I don't know how they fumble that lead. They always go like scoreless runs. Even today, they went 0-7 in the final like 1 minute. Like the final
Listen,
like
man,
they
me,
always
I
have
don't
these runs.
know. I don't know what is wrong with the coaching staff or the players, right? So in the third quarter, listen, me,
I'm loving it. I'm
I'm
loving
mad
it.
right now. Listen, in the third quarter, you get Kuminga and Steph Curry to play so well with one single play, right? Literally pick and roll, and they went on about 25-0 run.
Steph didn't play well today. Steph didn't play well today. He
That's
didn't
what
play
I'm saying.
well. He was
That's what I'm
missing
saying.
shots.
Be like he was helping Kuminga to play well because if you allowed Steph to play well, then Kuminga wouldn't have played well. So they
Eh,
let Kuminga play well and borrowed Steph. But then you go to the fourth quarter, right? You have the lead, 7 points, and Pojemski. I don't know what is wrong with him. You go under on Vavli. Who goes under a screen on Vavli?
yeah.
Who?
You mean the last play of the game?
Yes.
He was blocked, right?
No, I'm saying he was supposed to play defense, man.
Wait. You mean the last play of the game, the very last
No,
play
no,
when
no,
the
no, no. I mean before. So you
something
remember
else?
we were up 7, and then they
You're off
hit a
seven.
3, and then it was a 3-point game all of a sudden,
Yeah.
right? But before that, we were playing so well, and then he goes
Wow.
under the screen instead of chasing over the screen because in that way you give up
Yeah.
a 2 points instead of a 3 point, and now it's a two-possession game instead of one possession game. And then they come down, and then they shoot a three, and now it's a tie game, and
Yeah.
everything just goes in chuckles. But my problem is, Malcolm, look, if we've been playing so well and using a plane, it was working in the third quarter. Literally, give the ball to the two people who've been doing it. Just play off of that. Why do you have to go past, throw passes ahead as if you were wearing black goggles that can't see ahead?
I mean, and the number of times the passes were like thrown ahead, like the go ahead passes and what snatch out, like that was crazy. Like
In the fourth quarter, what is wrong with the Warriors? They have won championship. They know that every play is very
team.
important. Keep the goddamn ball in your hands until
I
you
mean,
have a clear path.
it's concerning. It's concerning, and I'm
And
loving this.
then, and then, even
Very good.
those
I'm
who
loving
run in transition, Malcolm, it's like they never passed through grade 8 when they told them how to dribble the ball. You dribble in traffic, in two people dribbling into them. I'm like, hey man, even a seventh grader cannot do that. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, on the record, for the record, I'm loving this Warriors crumbling. I'm loving it. I'm
For
loving it.
by the way, just so you know, they were not even crumbling apart from these little like let me give you an example. Like Lakers, you would see that it's a all around failure,
Lakers is
right?
a good Lakers is a good clutch time team. The losses we lose are like
That's what I'm
we don't
saying.
give
Like,
up
like
losses.
for them, it's an all-around failure. Like they will
Yeah, when we
start
lose,
so bad, they will be
yeah,
sloppy
we didn't play
defensively,
well.
right?
Yeah, we're
But then the
lethargic. That's when
Warriors
we
will
lose.
play so well for four,
Yeah, for three quarters. I mean,
three and a
look
half
at the
quarters.
defense. Draymond Green was playing like the defense, like that was crazy. Blocking shots,
And
smothering
then you
shots,
go,
stealing
you
the
go to
ball.
the fourth, the last 2 minutes, bro. That's when you play back. Tell me, what
Draymond
kind
was
of
Draymond was
crumbling
good.
is that?
I mean, Draymond is going to be hurt from this loss. I mean, he said it before the game. He wants to win this game. He's going to do whatever it takes to win this game, even if it means him getting benched for whatever combination that Steve Kerr wants in his brain. I mean, Steve Kerr has a million combinations in his brain. He doesn't know the best starting five, but you gotta win this game. I mean, Warriors played so well until you guys were up by 6 points because Kuminga missed a free throw, and then this guy, the short guy, what's his name? The
Van
short
Vliet.
guy from the short guy from
Van Vliet.
from Rockets. What?
Van Vliet.
Yeah, Van Vliet. He made a three. It was a 3 point game, and then they get free throws. I think. Oh, I
No,
think they get
so
it. They get 2 points. I
Tyrese.
know it was a 1 point game, and then they go to a timeout,
No,
something like that. And then they
no,
get the ball.
it was a 3 point game, right? And then
Yeah,
Tyrese got a rebound and it just dribbled out to the 3 point and just shot it, bounced it in, and it was a tight game. And then the Warriors came down and they missed, and then they went to fight uh, for the ball in the air. And then when Green got the ball, they went to catch the ball and they called a foul, which was clearly not a
I
foul.
called the
Also,
foul. Yeah, that was supposed to be a jumbo or a timeout. I mean, everyone was like timeout on the Rockets. I still don't understand how
that's
was that
why
the
that's why
foul.
I'm also like, man, this thing is a
Uh,
little
that
scripted.
was kind of
Like,
sad. I mean, they don't usually call timeout on the ground like that. They either call a timeout or a jumbo. And everyone on the Rockies was like timeout, so it
and
was
how
quite
do you
been
call a foul on that play,
on
man?
the yeah, you don't go false on that play. You don't
And
you
they
don't.
didn't even like me. If you hit him in the face, I can understand. They didn't touch him. They were hands on the ball. I'm like, brother, why are you
Yeah,
calling the? I don't know,
they
man. Like,
don't. That. I mean, that was because because there are three referees on the ground.
yeah,
All the two referees closer to the ball were like jumbo. Others were like timeout, and the referee who made the call was like foul, 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 and then they looked at him and I was like foul, and then Steve Kerr was like what? So he went for 2 points. Jalen Green and he made the 2 point shots, and they were now up by by
look,
one
but
point.
I'm not gonna waste my time thinking about that play. That's a official's call. You cannot do anything about it. But you
You
have
don't
the game in control.
get
Why
the
didn't
game.
you
Yeah,
control it?
get the
If
game.
you
You
are
don't.
the Warriors and you are up that point, please put the ball in the person who has been playing. I don't care what lineups you don't know or you know. Put the goddamn ball in Steph's hand. Let them play the pick and roll with Kuminga. You don't need a three. Just go to the basket. Layup.
I mean,
Layup.
the announcer said it in the final play of Warriors that if they can give the ball to Kuminga, can just drive into the paint because he can't be like blocked or something like that, that would be good because
He's
I
gonna
mean,
get fouled. We only needed 1 point to get over
yeah,
the
one
top.
point because Steph didn't have it going tonight. I mean, he was stepping back and he was wide open, missing the threes. The switching, he was missing the threes. He
Right.
wasn't quite. He was crossing over, missing the threes. So I figured they were going to give it to Steph. I mean, to Steph and then give it to Kuminga and then drive into the paint and get win the game by 1 point because it was a 1 point game. It wasn't like a 2 point game or 3 point game. But then when what's it? Steph got the boy, gave it to Podziemski. I don't know if that was planned or it came
No,
from
no,
a
no.
good
That
team.
was just the time, like, oh, look, they have double teamed me. I'm gonna pass it that the other side to
Yeah,
get a better shot. But
but
also
but
the
you,
other thing is, look, the play they drew in the last possession. I'm like, brother, you are really showing them what, like, for example, Malcolm, right?
yeah, I
Think
saw that.
about, think about the code, right? If you have screens and the person who is rolling to the basket is Buddy Hield instead of Kuminga. What are you doing? They put in a lineup for the Rockets that can switch everything. So what you gotta do is
Yeah,
cause a confusion instead of creating a
okay,
clear
yeah,
path,
yeah.
a type
They
of play
should.
that everybody can identify.
Yeah, yeah. I remember the announcer saying that as well. That's spot on. That's spot on. That's accurate because even the announcer said the Rockets are going to put in a five that knows how to rotate and switch on everyone. So I saw that I was like, okay. Because when I saw like a timeout call, it was 3 seconds left, like 3.5 seconds. That's like if you want a coach to call a game winning play, you probably want Steve Kerr. But now I don't want
Like
Steve Kerr,
like
man.
in
No.
those instances, I'm letting Draymond go to the basket instead of anybody else because I know if he goes to screen Steph Curry, they will most likely try to go over Steph Curry instead of switching it right away. And then if he goes the other side and then you give him a back screen, you can just lob it up and then he puts it in and it's easy. But then you
Yeah.
want to get a 3 for what, Steve Kerr? For what?
I mean, in his defense, what's his name? Buddy Hill shot the ball well tonight.
Yeah, but now it's
He
all
cleaned
gone
up.
because of their stupid mistakes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Warriors can lose the game because it was like 1 minute. The 1 minute left. It was 1 minute to 11 seconds. So 71 seconds were left, and they went on a 7-0 run. No, they they faced a 7-0 run from Rockets. If
I think it was a 12, by the way.
it was,
Right? It was more than that. It felt like more.
it was Warriors always like it felt like the game was in their hands. I mean, when it was a 7 point game, it felt like it was in their hands. They were
I
even
was
celebrating.
starting to craft
I
this
mean,
podcast descriptions and stuff because I knew like we won, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh shoot, it's a tight game. I'm like,
yeah, I thought Warriors was wrong, but I mean, Draymond was so good that fourth quarter, like the defense. Man, he made those guys panic. He made Alperen Sengun make bad shots, terrible shots,
thank you.
weird shots, weird
But then
shots.
how
Like,
do you reward him with the loss? And also, like,
Draymond,
let's talk about the officials, Malcolm. Bro, how do you like? For example, there was a foul on Steph Curry by Holiday. I'm like, the official is sitting right in, he's standing right in front of them, and
yeah,
he's like, mm-mm. I'm like,
I'm not
what?
calling it. Yeah,
For some reason, it felt like this game was just being officiated on in favor of the other guys.
yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, the officiating is bad, but also if you're the Warriors and you know that you're on the road,
You don't give them a chance to.
I'm fade up.
You don't give them a chance to because, bro, if you play like in Madison Square Garden, like when the referees are scared to make calls against the Knicks, like you gotta win the game like fair and square because it comes down to the final play, you will clearly be fouled and they won't call the foul. It happens every time when the referees are like they feel I don't know if they feel intimidated or something like that. Maybe they feel like because New York is like a lot of people, so they're scared of being assassinated before going home. But yeah, the Warriors can't give the game away. You can't put the game in the ref's hands. But today it was kind of excessive. Though. Yeah, I felt there were a couple of fouls the Warriors
The
didn't
other
get.
thing is, I have sources. My sources tell me, let me sound like Stephen A. Smith. My sources tell me that there is a there might have been a reason for the Warriors to drop that game because they wanted their players to rest, given how much they are aging. So going to Vegas would have given them to play extra games. But if they don't go to Vegas, then they get about, I think, a whole week of rest, right, until they resume their schedule.
You only have three old players in Kevin Looney, Draymond, and Steve. Who are the other old players?
The role players.
Old players. Did you say old? You said old, not raw.
Oh, old. I mean Stave. I mean
Draymond and
Draymond and Kavan
Looney.
Looney.
Those are only three out
Yeah,
of your
but
freaking.
those are your main. Like those are your main players. Like if you don't have Dre and Steph, then you ain't gonna nothing. It's just a fluke. It's not a team anymore, right? So those are the players that are priority for you. That's just some speculations from different sources that I heard. That's one of the reasons that they might have tried to lose this game, but I will never accept that.
Nah,
I will give
they
credit to the
wanted,
Rockets
they
because they
wanted to
won the
win.
goddamn
They, want,
game.
they wanted to win, bro, but they lost. Worry, bro. Warriors is always fun,
Do
bro.
you know why I'm saying? Do you know I'm supporting that point? Because how do you tell me that they lost that game, Malcolm? I'm trying to
Yeah,
find reasons.
they were in control of the game. So that's the game. I was also like, okay, Warriors has won. Then all of a sudden, I mean, Rockets won the best team in that 1 minute that was left. For some reason, two free throws that were 2 points. and then 1 3 hours or 3 points. It just Rockets were also missing. So it just felt like it was kind of Warriors game, and I was like, okay, Warriors is going to play the Thunder, and Thunder is going to beat Warriors. Anyways, but I was like, okay, at least Warriors will go to Vegas for one time. But yeah, it wasn't to be. I know Draymond is hurt. He's probably going on his YouTube podcast tomorrow that he's hurt.
Yeah, he's
And
probably
they need
gonna
to learn
be
how to
there.
close out games because that is concerning. It's concerning because when you go to the playoffs, you're going and you reach in such situations. You need to be able to win the game, come what come may. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, when it comes to the playoffs, I might trust Steve Kerr because the playoffs he's been really good. So I don't know because he's always been
When was
able
the
to
last
make
time Steve was
good
in a playoff,
decisions.
bro? When was the last time?
Shit, 222.
He forgot how to coach. Bro, he doesn't know he's been starting
222.
five. He doesn't know he's been
222,
starting
man.
five, my guy. He doesn't know he's been starting five. He doesn't know he's been starting five, bro. I'm telling you.
I
Because
think
what
that's also something that is gonna hurt the Warriors,
you guys,
right?
you
Just
guys
not
have used,
knowing who is gonna start on a daily,
yeah,
it's bad. It's really bad.
yeah. Like you guys have used combinations well. Frankie, um, Kuminga is out. There's a games you've won. When Kuminga is in. There's games you've won and lost. When he's out, there's games you won and lost. Then when Steph Curry was injured, there's games you've lost. When Draymond was injured, there's games you've lost. And then when both of them when Steph and Draymond are off the court, there's a game you've won. It's kind of weird,
But that's the
So you keep
problem.
on
Like you don't have consistency, right? There is no
yeah, you don't have
chemistry
team
built
chemistry.
over time.
You need that starting five that has like team chemistry, But he keeps on changing his. But the kid today who came off the bench, I think he's called Lindsey Waters the third. He played well. He played well.
He's always been good for the Warriors. I think it was a great pickup for them in the off season. I think they need to empower him more to to be aggressive. I think sometimes he just plays a little soft offensively.
Yeah,
Yet
he
he's like
hasn't.
a bigger frame. I'm like, hey man, if you that tall and you that fast and young,
He's tall. He's tall, and I thought I saw him holding the ball. I was like, whoa.
yeah,
And
that's
again, I
what I'm
saw
saying.
him
Like,
holding
I
the
don't
ball.
want to
Like,
see you go to the
wait,
basket and
he's a
do
guy.
this.
Yeah,
Get some,
he was passing
like
it a lot. Cause he was passing it a lot, and then I saw him holding the ball. I'm like, whoa. He's holding the ball. He's pushing the ball down the court. Then I saw him again holding the ball. I'm like, whoa. He's a guard, and he's
yeah.
this tall. And when he gets into the opposite area, he's scared of shooting the ball. He
Oh,
missed the
but
shot.
but he's a really good shooter. Another
But he's
product
good,
of
yeah. When
OKC.
when you give him a wide open shot, he's good. He played well today. But man, Warriors are in shambles, bro. They're in shambles.
Look, man, if they can clean up this sloppiness at the end of games, right? I don't care which team you give them, they're gonna play well. But if they can't clean up that part, bro, not even the play-in, the bottom, go to the
I
lottery,
mean,
wait for the
we
next
talked
draft.
about we talked about we talked about Warriors playing in December hard schedule compared to how they began with their schedule. They played the Nuggets, they lost. They played the Rockets, they won. I remember
But
that game.
exactly, that's what I'm saying, like Malcolm, right? You just won against the Rockets and you had rest. Why are you losing now?
And then you lost against Timberwolves and won against Timberwolves. But now you're playing the Dallas Mavs. The Grizzlies is always a banger because Grizzlies want they have unfinished business. Timberwolves
Oh
again, you
yeah.
guys are playing
I
Timberwolves
mean,
again.
I actually feel better when we played Grizzlies because it's always a good game. There is
It's always a good
fighting,
game. It's always a
there
good
is
game.
drama. It's all good. But
Yeah, and then you guys have
the
Wolves
Grizzlies are
again,
really playing well, bro.
Lakers, Clippers, Suns, and Cavs. So those are games of December.
Well, drop the Clippers already. That's a loss.
Yeah, you guys always used to Clippers and Thunder. Like I don't know
That's a
why.
loss. The Thunder.
I lost to Lakers.
If we play Thunder when Wiggs is back, we have a chance.
You got how many games have you lost with Wiggins when he was there? Like, almost every game.
Uh,
Every time I text you in the night, I'm like, Warriors lost again. Today there was no Wiggins. Tomorrow there's no Looney. Tomorrow there's no who. Tomorrow there's no
No,
who.
but that's true.
The next time
What
I'm
do you
going
want
to
me
get
to
you.
tell you? So, like today, I can't say that Wiggs was the reason because the Rockets don't. You don't need Wiggs to win the game, right? I just say it's the problem of the coaching staff not calling the right plays, right?
Yeah,
Instead of calling the right plays at the end of the game.
but,
And
but
look,
Curry,
I know Steph Curry has been the system for this team, but they need to
yeah,
acknowledge that they can use him in different other ways instead of scoring.
yeah.
You saw how he
But
did for
but
Draymond
but,
Green dunk.
but you notice the recent games Warriors has been losing with Curry on the floor. He wasn't really doing much in clutch time. And I
But that's
told
what I'm
you,
saying. Like they are
he
trapping
I
him,
told
so
you, Curry
use
just
him as a defender instead of letting
I,
him have the ball.
remember I told you Curry is only he was clutch time player because he just has a lot of points in 5 minutes because of the duration in which he scores, not because he's clutch as in the definition of clutch shooting. And I
Come
told
on,
you,
you want USA to hear you right now?
I'm not saying he's not clutch. I'm just saying like all the games Warriors has been losing recently when Curry was on the floor, he did nothing in the final second when they were down. You know what I'm saying? Like in the final minutes. Because Warriors has been going on all these runs. How many games have you guys not scored in the final 2 minutes? Every game I'm watching Warriors lose, they have not scored in like the final 2 minutes for some reason. And yet in the fourth quarter, you've outscored the team. Like, why is that? And yet Curry is on the floor. You know what I mean?
I think the coaching staff needs to understand the ways to generate points at the end of the quarters. Because if you think about it, right, if you gotta go all at Steph, right, like the lineup they had for the last minutes of the Rockets, you couldn't do anything with Steph because everybody could switch and they were all good players. So and they are taller, so they can keep their hands up. And now Steph is locked up. But if you switch everything, what you need to do is instead of making a play on Steph because of how much attention he does, he creates some confusion on the weak hand side, and that way he can pass the ball and go get a screen in a different way because he's better on the run instead of the dribble when he's got like taller defenders, right? But coaching staff has seen these things. Don't you watch film, Steve Kerr? Huh?
They do with
Did
film.
you
They
go
do with
back and
film.
watch film, please?
Well, I guess Steve Kerr is the scapegoat now. Yesterday it was Draymond, today it's Kuminga, tomorrow it's Looney, tomorrow it's Wiggins. I guess it's time for Steve Kerr. But I told
Oh no,
you,
it's always been Steve Kerr.
I told you
apart
Steve Kerr
from
is not good.
apart from when players actually don't play, but
Since the Olympics, Steve Kerr is not good anymore, according to my book. Since
I
the
mean, even
Olympics.
during the Olympics, Steph bailed him out. So
Yeah, Stephen LeBron and KD. But anyways, guys, the Warriors lost again.
again,
Again. And they had a very good start to the season, but it looks like now they're back to reality. They were beating the small teams, but now even the small teams are beating them, and the big teams are obviously beating them. But the good thing is that in the Western Conference, the big teams they at least have more than one game, so they can lose one game and win another game against a big team because you play at least one game. You play like 3 to 4 games in the Western Conference teams, so that's a good thing. That's how they can beat the big teams. Otherwise, if it was one off, one off, one off, one off, one off, Clippers lost, Lakers lost, Thunder lost. So, but anyways, the Warriors lost, and they will not advance to Vegas again. The drought will continue until next year. But the Rockets, give them credit. They are a team. They stuck together. They believed that they could still win, even if it was 1 minute left and they were 6 points down. And they are essentially going to play the Thunder. Well, the Thunder are the favorites to beat the Rockets, but as I said, you haven't reached the semifinals without a reason. So anything can happen, and it's basketball. It's end to end. It's end to end. Like the scores come down to the final play. So we
I
hope it will
mean,
be fun. We hope it will be fun. You know what I mean?
think about this, right? The semifinals is Thunder versus Rockets, two top teams in the Western Conference. Thunder is number one. The Rockets are too. So they are really not that far from each other.
Yeah.
It's gonna be such an interesting game to watch, and of course, the Hawks versus the
The
Milwaukee
Bucks. The
Bucks,
game to which
6 and 7. So they are both teams in the same tier line. It's gonna be such an interesting time to see who actually wins over the other. But I think the Thunder. I'm so
they have the stage.
skeptical. I'm skeptical because they're two young teams, all plays hard,
Good coaches, good systems.
great coaches. But I still
I
think
mean,
that the Thunder has more
yeah,
than.
they kind of have more just because of
Yeah.
SGA. They have that little bit more because of SGA, to build them out in times when they need them. But hey, the Thunder we've hyped them for a lot of games, but you never know. I mean, we can't argue that we can't say that this where the Rockets are now is surprising because even the end of last season, you saw the Rockets were coming, they were coming slowly, slowly. Until remember, there was a time even there was the one with the number 11 and Warriors was like number 10, and then there was a game between Warriors and Rockets, and then the guy was like, Was it Jalen Green who was like, Warriors, come
I'm
out
not
to play? Like,
playing.
remember. So, but Warriors won that game essentially. But after that game, they started like dropping a little bit. But they were coming. So I think they will carry that momentum from now to this season. I think they're now, bro. I think they're like the third seed or second seed now
The
in the Western.
Rockets,
Yeah, so they're good.
second
Top
seed,
five.
right?
Yeah,
Second
see,
seed.
so they've built a momentum from last year, but yeah, give the Rockets credit. It's gonna be a great game. But yeah, as you said, I think the Thunder has a little bit of the edge. Well, it's a prediction, doesn't mean it's what's going to happen because it's basketball and it's a sport essentially. And we think that Thunder will play. Who do you have in the finals? Bucks or Hawks? I have the Hawks. I have the Hawks. Let's go Hawks. Let's go Bucks.
So just because of the style and the personnel, I'm gonna go with the Bucks because the Bucks can match up better given their players. And now that you have Melton back, it's gonna be a little tougher. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks versus the
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah, but remember I told you about the remember the WNBA finals, the
Yeah.
Liberty versus the Lynx. I told you it's scripted. As I said, the Hawks are scripted to be the Pacers. So the Pacers are the Hawks now, and the Thunder are the Lakers. So the Thunder is going to win the championship against the Hawks. But anyways, that's just my superstition. But guys, you don't want to miss the NCAA tournament. But clear it. Let's continue on the Warriors for the remaining 5 minutes. The Warriors want a big player, and Mike Wilbon said they need some LeBron. What is happening? Warriors are
Look,
but
man.
before actually, you know what? Lakers actually wants they want to sell LeBron. They want to sell Bronny and LeBron as a pair. But you know, Warriors is now looking for a star player. That's the thing. And you know, there's also now rumors that Jimmy Butler wants to leave and they want to trade Jimmy Butler. Pat Riley wants to trade Jimmy Butler. But I was seeing like Warriors, because Warriors wants a big player now, right? A star. But if Warriors is to get Jimmy Butler, I was seeing like the pieces they have to give away. It's practically the whole team except Steph and Draymond, bro.
But
It's
like that's you can I think Jimmy is not a good. I don't
it's
think
not a good
Jimmy
fit.
would be such a
Yeah,
good match.
the
You know,
style of play.
it's like
Yeah,
if you think about the Ellen folks and um DeMar DeRozan, you can see how it's a little hindering them because they're both paint players. They don't shoot a lot of threes, so it's a little hard,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But somebody like Jimmy, of course, that down the stretch, you get somebody to go to in the clutch other than Steph Curry.
Warriors is a Clay Thompson type of player.
You know, I was actually thinking about Kyle Kuzma.
Ooh, that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout.
You know, he's big. He can shoot
You
the
know,
ball
even
at the high
Jordan Poole
level.
would have been good, but Jordan Poole, if he wasn't like a Warriors history guy, like a Jordan Poole player, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
if
good
they are
shout.
looking for a shooting, look, I don't like Butler. I don't like LeBron because they're both.
But if you get LeBron, you're going to win the championship.
This is what I'm thinking. If I get LeBron, how many pieces am I gonna give up?
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot. That's pretty much the
Right?
whole team.
And if I give up all these pieces, how many shooters am I gonna keep
If you get
in this
LeBron, it
team?
means you give us Kuminga, Podziemski, bro, a lot of players. Wiggins, like it means you have to give a lot of pieces.
It
Then we'll
just
give you guys like we'll give you LeBron, Bronny, and Gabe Vincent, and then that will be like 0 points.
it just
It's
doesn't
not good.
work out
It
well.
doesn't work. Yeah, you if you're gonna get LeBron to win the championship, you need LeBron, and you're not gonna and you need someone to get LeBron, but keep like Kuminga, like somehow keep
Okay,
those
so
guys.
if we get a
But
LeBron, we might have to give up Moody and like a
yeah,
bunch of first round
picks, a
picks,
lot of first round picks.
like
Yeah,
like
if
8
you
or
if
10,
you
bro.
want to win the championship, yeah. If you get LeBron, because I think the Jimmy Butler potential trade, I'm like, damn,
It can't go
it's
through,
not
and
even
also
worth.
like I don't think Jimmy is a good
It's
match
not
for
worth.
us.
Yeah, I also don't think it's that worth. No, no
And then also,
disrespect.
and again, I know LeBron is such a high level player, but I
He's
also
all.
still like you think about LeBron. LeBron is not KD, right?
Mm,
KD is a pure scorer, right? So if you
yeah,
have Draymond as a facilitator, now you need somebody who can actually score, like score the
like
ball,
KD. Yeah, not
because you
because
gotta get open shoot.
Yeah, because your LeBron is already like in a Draymond, and your shooter is already like
You
a
know,
Steph. So you need like a
so
KD.
you need more like you need a Clay Thompson, but like a little different. Like a KD type of stuff.
You definitely don't need Clay Thompson. Definitely not Clay Thompson. Like Clay Thompson, but not Clay Thompson. Because Clay
You
Thompson,
know,
you did it deal last year. You know what I mean? With offer 0 for 10. So you don't need Clay Thompson, but like Clay Thompson, you definitely
I'm
need
trying to
them.
look at teams that can have him. Like. Do you know why they were interested in Paul George? Paul George can shoot the three at high level, right?
Yeah.
And so if they got Paul George, now you got somebody who can go to the post and just give you play, right? Calls his number all the time, but also he can play off the ball and shoot the ball at the high level, right? So that's why they wanted Paul George, and
Paul
then they
George,
also wanted Laurie Marketing, who is
the Jazz.
in the Jazz, right?
Oh, I
He
heard
is
about him.
big, he is
He's
a
tall.
shooter,
Yeah.
pure shooter, right? But also he can go to the post and call his own number, right?
And he's
But
not
then
healthy.
the reason why they wanted LeBron, it was mainly because
Last year, you mean last year?
yes, that it was mainly because Kuminga, he was not yet, he had not shown stuff, right? So they could have given him up right away, easily. But now he's protected and all that, and right, it makes
But
it
I mean,
complicated.
Warriors should ask for LeBron. Like, there's a thing that says closed mouth don't feed. Maybe LeBron, bro. Like maybe LeBron has to, because Mark Uber said that the connection, the chemistry between those two in the Olympics was brilliant. Like Warriors need a star, no better star to get apart from LeBron. One
But
more
that's
ride,
going to
one
be a
more year.
problem. Where do you put Draymond Green if you bring LeBron?
At the same position. You can people use all of them.
But they're two non-shooters on the offense. It becomes crowded.
Especially LeBron is turning the ball over a lot this year. A lot. I think he's leading the league in turnovers with
You're
5 a
saying that their
game.
chemistry was good in the Olympics, but you forget
It
who
was
were on their teams.
it was
Like
good.
exactly, but it was enabled by the people on their teams, right?
Yeah.
They could do all these passes, but because Steph got a screen from who? From KD, right? So now the defenders are just confused. Like, who do we go to, Steph or KD, right? So it's more who was on your team rather
So, so,
than
so
just the
who do you want
chemistry.
Warriors to sign as a big player? Because they want a big player, and you don't feel Jimmy Butler, you don't feel LeBron. KD's not coming back. So who do you feel now as a big player,
I
a
mean, they
solid
took
big
Paul
player?
George, they took Laurie Marketing. I
Maybe
don't think.
Kawhi. Yeah, Kawhi, you'll be giving money for free, bro.
Yeah, but the,
You'll be making
you
losses.
can also have the money to buy him. He's expensive, really expensive.
Yeah. Who
And his
else?
contract is because also the Warriors are looking for players with little, you know, little contracts, right?
Gabe Vincent.
No, we already have Steph Curry who is short. We don't need another short player. We need a bigger player.
I wish Lakers can trade Gabe Vincent, man.
I
Especially
wish
him.
I wish the Lakers can make him play better instead of trading.
Bro, we've tried, my guy. I guess the Hawks, he had a career night actually in Lakers. He played well, but we lost the game.
Yeah,
So he's
but
not
I
even
think
helping.
I think you lost the Hawks. It was the Hawks more than your problems. I think they were playing really
Game
good.
Busy doesn't shoot the ball since he left Miami, bro. In Miami, he was good. He fooled us. But Caleb Williams, remember that season when Miami was playing well because of Davis and Caleb Williams. Caleb is playing well. He's playing good. He's still in Miami. He's playing well. But Gabe Vincent, I don't know what happened, bro. For some reason, whenever players come to Lakers, they man,
I think it's what you'll be doing, right? I think you have such an offense that is ball dominant. I think this year you've JJ has changed a little bit of stuff, but still you got the problem.
different coach, different coach, same problems, man. We didn't make any signings in the summer. What did we expect? The only signing we made was Dalton Connect, a rookie, and Bronny, who we want to trade. So this is on Jenny Bass and freaking Rob Pelinka, bro. It's on LeBron, including him.
Anyways,
Give,
man, look,
but we hope
it's
the Warriors do well. We hope from now on they win actual games, instead of bottling leads.
no, they have the whole week, Malcolm. They have the whole goddamn week to practice. Go back to the drawing board, practice the goddamn 5 last minutes. Go
The
back
last,
every practice,
the last,
put the
yeah,
clock on 5 minutes. Play those
yeah,
5 minutes every practice. I don't want you to play the whole practice. No, no, no. 5 minutes on the clock, execution right there for the whole week. Come back. Eh,
yeah. You saw that look on Steph's face when the buzzer blew. Steph was like,
I mean, also like they were discouraged
"Gosh,
by the call by that ref. It was demoralizing calling a foul on the floor like that. It was just crazy.
should have called a timeout. I thought more like that's usually a timeout.
That's why I'm
And
saying
Warriors,
like this game, officially, there were things being done in the back of
but
the park.
anyways, the Warriors lost. The Warriors will look to get back together. But guys, thank you again for watching another episode of the game today. And we appreciate the support. But don't forget again to like, to share, to follow, to subscribe, to comment, and to follow
Please,
us.
yeah, follow,
Um,
share,
Jared, our
subscribe.
media manager,
We
you
trying
can
to
reach out.
hit, we're trying to hit 500 subscribe by the end of this month.
Yes, sir.
Probably a
Wherever
thousand
New Year's
by
resolution.
the next month, which is the new year. So we want to
Yes,
begin the year with 1,000 subscribers. So
we will.
everybody, go ahead
We
and
will.
hide that subscribe
We
button.
will. If you want to join us in a guest pod in a guest pod, text Claret or text me. But Claret is a media manager. But guys, thank you once again, and yeah, I hope you enjoy your night, enjoy the basketball. Don't forget the NBA Cup semifinals are going to be played next week. Warriors have lost, Rockets have won, and Rockets will play the Thunder, and Hawks will play the Bucks, and we will see who will come out as the winner of the second championship of the NBA in-season tournament. But thank you guys for following us once again, and we wish you have a good night. Good night for me. Peace.
Good night for me too.